and girls, Eldritch Space Horrors, and, well, anything else that's watching. I'm the Shadow of the Hawk. My co-host, Kat, is having internet problems. I blame New Jersey. She's probably going to contend to that. And to my left... Oh, Kat's here. Kat's here. Sorry. Here we go. While she loads in, to my left, or right, depending on perspective, we have Mandatory Carry.
Yo!
You might know Doug McCoy.
Am I working?
Yeah, we can see you. I can see you. Carrie, can you see her?
Yeah.
It's still morning. My internet is acting up.
No worries. Yeah. You've got, what, like another hour before you can consume energy drinks?
I nearly told you I wasn't going to come until after I eat because I was going to sleep through till 7:30. But yeah, another hour.
Yeah. I didn't remember getting that message from you about not showing up.
No, I never sent it because I decided not to do it. I was like, no.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
But
yeah, we got Zenny in the chat. Howdy, Zenny. I actually tweeted out the stream, and I also posted it in the Discord and posted it in the Friday Night Royal Rumble chat. So hopefully we'll get a whole extra viewer, more than normal. So, yeah. So Carrie, while we wait for people to stream in, just like give us a little, I mean, most of us know who you are, but just give like a heads up in case we get some random new person in the chat as to who you are.
I'm Mandatory Carry, and I'm the Dangerous Psychotic. Y'all know me as Thug McCoy, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Thug McCoy is a giant alien space clone.
I am. I am absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's cool to know. I did not know, but yes, cool. Look,
So, oh, sorry, Kat.
I'm Kat, the hijabi gamer, and I'm fasting and barely awake. So,
yeah. So this week I decided there's been a lot of doom and gloom. We don't really do anything fun on this channel, so I thought let's do something fun. Let's do something that everyone can enjoy. Let's have a tier list. Let's make a tier list. So we have 5 categories: most bestest, grand, meh, meh-er, and bad. And if you couldn't tell by the bottom things down here, this tier list is about fictional races. We got humans and dwarves and elves and corpus. Yeah.
Corpus aren't alien. Corpus aren't aliens. They're humans.
Yeah, well, they're distinct enough. So, yeah, Zenny's a Catholic. So, Kat, what would you say is worse? One, 40-hour fast, but then no other fast, or a month of fasting for 12 hours?
I think I would prefer the 40-hour fast, and 12 hours is actually not how long it is. It's actually closer to 14, and it's been as high as 16. So I'll take the 40-hour fast.
Okay.
It's one day, and then you're done with it. Definitely take it. Well, yeah. Well, it's one fast, one go, and then you're done.
So let's start off this tier list with the brutes from Halo. Where do you guys want to put them?
Why is dude I'm a nun?
You don't know, Carrie?
I don't know. Can we come back to
that? Kat, what about you?
Just put the corpus at the top.
No, we're going down the line. Brutes from Halo.
Besides, the corpus aren't aliens. The corpus are humans.
I made them distinct because if I just classified them as human, you'd be mad at me.
No, actually, I would actually be very proud of you if you classified them as human.
All right, brutes. I'm gonna just put them at meh then because there doesn't seem to be any strong opinions. Chaos dwarves from Warhammer.
I only play Warhammer 40K.
Right. Carrie, do you recognize these lovable bastards?
I'm gonna go with grand. Although
that's where I was gonna put them.
Meh and a half.
Howdy, Spock. Yeah, because the Chaos Dwarves, they're, dwarves with a bit of an Ottoman Turk aesthetic and industry and no OSHA standards. They also don't allow unions, so Kat would love them. Next up, we have the Yutkoi. We have the Corpus.
The top.
I'm wishing this picture was bigger so Kat would get mad at me.
the most bestest, the greatest of all.
Okay, Cat says most bestest.
And that's Alan V, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's like a kawaii girl.
Oh, I know which one that is. I've seen that picture. Put it at the top.
Carrie, what are your thoughts?
Give me a second. I need to blow the screen up again.
Yeah,
Grand.
Yeah.
Grand.
Personally, I think the Corpus are, they've got a good amount of potential to them, but I personally can't put them above a meh. But because two grands, they're going grand because I say meh, you say most bestest, Carrie said grand, so I'm putting them in the middle. Because from how Cats described their lore, howdy Rez, how you doing? I don't know what the manlets are, but Rez is saying bad for the Corpus. Corpus, there's a lot of missed opportunities with them from the way Cats described the lore to me. They could be hyper-venture capitalists. They could drug up their soldiers in combat with, their oxygen being laced with painkillers or anti-fear toxins or something. And it doesn't sound like they do that, so they're just loser humans, and I only distinguished them because I know Kat would want to talk about them separate.
Wow. Ooh.
Oh, dwarves. The Chaos Dwarves. Look, normal dwarves maybe, but Chaos Dwarves are based, Rez. They don't have humans.
Automatically gives them a point.
What?
Chaos automatically gives them a point.
Okay. Next up, we have the Druki of Nagaroth from Warhammer Fantasy. These are what?
Green.
You mean bad?
Bad. There is no low enough. There's only 5 tiers here. 6, excuse me. We need a negative.
You don't like the Druki?
I don't like Warhammer.
Well, the Chaos Dwarves are Warhammer.
Well, okay. Fine. Meh-er. Happy now.
So, for those not in the know, the Dark Elves are basically, imagine the CSA, but a naval power. And that basically describes the Dark Elves. They raid the Empire, Bretonnia, Ulthuan, all the good places for slaves. They wear clothing made out of the skins of lesser quote unquote races. They make artistry. What?
You know what? I'll give them a meh.
A meh? Yeah, they ride raptors and tame dinosaurs and have mobile fleet cities. Yeah. Personally, I'd put them at most bestest because I'm a Druki sycophant. But Carrie says meh, I say most bestest. Kat, what do you say?
I have no idea what this is.
All right, we'll put them at grand because that's right between what Carrie and I said.
No, because they don't deserve to be on the same level as the Corpus.
Orcs the bestest boys. Yeah, I didn't put orcs as their own category. I've just got. I probably should have. Drinking the Chaos Kool-Aid only makes you a bitch for Chaos unless it's Malal. Poor Yes, Rez, I'm a knife ear. Fuck you. Zenny, you got no clue
I like
what
the
these
Romulans.
Are. That's fine. Next up, we have normal dwarves. I say bad for normal dwarves because, Tolkienian dwarves are kind of cool, but every other kind of dwarf is, pathetic in my opinion. What do you guys think? You think grand? All right,
give them a
Cap. What do you think?
You have to increase the Corpus to most bestest.
No, I'm not. It was right in the middle of what we agreed.
Because it's on the same level of stuff that are inferior to the Corpus.
No, you said most bestest. I said meh. Carrie said grand.
Most bestest.
We moved on from the Corpus. We're on to the dwarves.
I don't care about the dwarves.
Howdy, Michelle. Howdy, Behemoth. How you doing? Yeah. And hey, back to you, Rez. Oh, well, that was to Kat, Carrie, and Zenny. Yeah. Okay, so I'm leaving the dwarves at bad because they're oh no, Carrie said grand. Why do you say grand, Carrie?
They're elves, you fool.
No, these are dwarves.
Oh, well, elves and dwarves. Leave it.
But
Elves,
why?
elves and dwarves, especially Tolkienian, elves and dwarves are grand.
But if we encounter like the Warhammer dwarves, which lost everything to a bunch of sentient rats,
and because it's Warhammer, it takes them down.
What about Dragon Age dwarves, which are just little losers hiding in their holes?
Since I'm not familiar with them, I'm gonna give them a meh.
All right. Kat, what do you say? Because I said bad, he said meh. You know what? Fine, I'll give him a meh, unless Kat says something.
Below the corpus.
Okay. All right, let's just hop to the chat. I'm good. Kat's dying of Ramadan. Carrie, how you doing?
I'm still alive. That should worry you.
Most bestest or a bestos? No, most bestest. You mean handy-capable little people? Yes.
I haven't seen the Super Mario movie yet.
Neither have I. I don't care.
I want to see it.
Yeah. Shad says it's probably something more geared towards children, which, I mean, I understand that. That's probably the target demographic given the age. Oh, that's rough, Michelle. Hope it gets better.
I didn't watch his video because I didn't want any spoilers.
Gotcha. Well, I haven't seen it. I don't know if Carrie plans to see it. I mean, that's a fair take, Rez. Okay. Varric is awesome. Varric is awesome. Dwarves as a race are not awesome. You can single out individuals. Qunari suit. Yeah, the Qunari are pretty cool. I think Kat would like them because they're basically just fantasy Muslims.
Why would I like fantasy Muslims?
I'm making a joke because you would see yourself in them or something.
No, I wouldn't. I like the core. Shadow. I like
I'm making a bad joke. The Qun is more like communism mixed with Islam, which I don't know how those two ideologies work together. Yeah. Back to this. I forgot. Oh, Ewoks.
You know what? I would put in the most. You want to know why I put them in the most bestest? Simply because when you think about it, all right, this is something. Normally, I don't like the Ewoks. All right, I don't like the Ewoks. Wait. Listen. All right, you want to know why? Because when you really think about it, the Ewoks are terrifying. Because everyone forgets the fact, and it's some observation that I didn't even notice until years later when people pointed out that the Ewoks ate the stormtroopers.
Yes, they do.
So they seem like they're so cute. So the fact that that everyone thinks they're so cute,
that they're angry, like they're evil, cannibalistic Care Bears.
Yes, so that's why
I agree. I honestly agree with that. Like I was going to argue the same thing, Carrie.
I would say grand because they didn't really get to do so much. They're kind of limited.
Have you played the Battlefront 2 Ewok Hunt mode?
No, I have not.
Do that and you will realize how horrifying these little look up a Battlefront 2 Ewok Hunt YouTube video. Watch that and you'll understand why they are most bestest. They are horrifying little bastards.
Shadow, this is just,
they are kind of evil.
Yeah.
Did you see Ryan's latest tweet? I usually avoid Twitter, but Ryan from Legion.
Which one? Ryan is a prolific tweeter.
The one recent they just broke about an hour ago that they found someone else.
The attempted shooter that they managed to stop and released a minute. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I didn't know if you'd heard about it.
You guys would all of you got mad at me when I wanted to talk about what happened at Nashville.
No, I just wanted to make. I didn't know if you had heard about it. I'm not going to talk. No. I mean, I just thought I was just curious if you'd heard about it.
Yeah, no, I know that. Not all the details, but I
didn't get mad at you. I just said that we got to be careful because
I didn't say you. I said you guys as in a general group of people. Ewoks. Yeah, Ewoks took on the Empire. They handled the Empire pretty effectively.
No, they didn't. But they ate them. That's beside the. What did they do?
Dwarves, weapons. Sorry, Kat. I cut you off.
I was just gonna say. I mean, not really handle them. handled them effectively because they dropped down the Empire. Because
the Empire were made pathetic.
Yes. So that's why they handled them. But the fact that's not why they're kick-ass. It's simply the fact that they ate them.
If you've ever played the Battlefront 2 Ewok hunt mode, like those bastards are horrifying. Behemoth. Basically they stopped Nashville 2 Electric Boogaloo before it actually went down. And I think even that'll probably get my channel deleted. Hobbits. We're up to Hobbits.
Give me a second. I suck at this part of the game. Meh to grand.
Yeah, I was thinking grand personally, just because like they like cooking. They're really good at cooking, and push comes to shove, you get a Hobbit in a fight, they'll hold their own pretty well.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Merry and Pippin were soldiers at the field at the Pelennor
And what did they do that was so impressive?
Merry on the book. I'm still reading the book. In the actual fight, I think they both like killed a couple of orcs each. When Boromir was getting jumped, they I think killed a few Uruk-hai with their stones. Like they threw stones and gave them blunt force trauma. Bilbo's like great grandfather, I think, was a large enough hobbit that with a hammer he sent a goblin chief's head flying, if I remember correctly. I think the name was like Bullroarer or something like that. So yeah, they're not like Ewok tier good, so I'm not putting them up at most bestest.
Meh,
but
I'm going with meh.
All right.
Definitely.
Carrie, what do you think? Meh or grand? Because you said meh or grand.
You're going to have to split it because it's slightly leaning towards meh with Cat's vote.
All right, so yeah, I'll put them towards meh then.
Okay.
Next up, humans. This should not be a discussion about humanity. They should just be S tier.
No, bad. No, put them at the bottom. Humans suck.
No, this is all humans.
Fuck humans.
Star Trek humans, Dune humans, Warhammer humans, Lord of the Rings humans, all humans. And when you gather up enough variables and you blend them all together, you get the knowledge that humanity is just the best.
No. Humans are boring. These are all humans 2.0. Even the corpus, who are technically human,
I disagree.
Are humans 2.0.
Everything else is just
humans are the base model. Humans are the base model.
Yeah, exactly. And everything else is just a watered down. Which is why they're boring. Zenny is incorrect. Carrie, what do you think?
Humans? Yeah. You don't have a level that low. This is like negative 20. Fuck humans. Did you not hear me say that?
See? I like it.
No. Well, right. I'm using the fact that it's my tier list to veto your votes.
Oh.
Then, hey, if you get to do that, then I want the corpus at the top.
No, you got to fine. I'll put them at meh. I'll put humans at meh. There.
Yeah.
Kat, here's a few examples. Actually, yeah, here's a few examples from Samuel. See, Rez gets it. Rez fucking gets it. Here's a few examples from Samuel.
Rez is wrong.
Yeah. Also, on the Frodo thing, he also was fatigued from like the ring trying to mind fuck him. So, like, hobbits are based.
Nah, they're decent.
Yeah. Humans also have the best genetics when it comes to making half things.
Yeah, okay, let's go with that.
They're the best at killing. They're the best at surviving.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No.
Yes, they are.
No.
Yes, they are.
They're not.
Name a species that is humans from Starfleet are a pacifist population that can, in melee combat, take on Klingons.
Romulans, they fought with the Klingons.
Pacifists.
Hand to hand. Yeah, see,
Romulans are stronger than humans. Romulans.
Yes, and they still lose to the they still lose to the good old Federation standard backhand.
Yeah, because they are the bad guys in quotes, so they are going to automatically lose because the game is rigged against them.
Doesn't matter. Here's another race. Here's another option.
Moving on.
Jem'Hadar from Star Trek.
Oh, yeah, red.
Yeah, Jem'Hadar are most bestest, easily.
No, grand.
Okay, why do you say grand, Kat?
Because you didn't put the corpus as most bestest.
That's not a reason.
Yeah.
Disqualified. Yeah. with that, Rez, my personal understanding of that is the reason why that works is humans are typically from a planet that is right in the middle of too dangerous to really function without becoming a hyper single-minded predator to dangerous enough that you're not a stagnant herbivore. We're right in the middle to where we are incredibly adaptive and incredibly reactive. So unlike an Asari or a Solarian or a Turian, we don't get stuck in like a stagnant mind state because everything's too chill. And unlike a Krogan who is single-mindedly focused on killing and breeding, we are able to as a species, rather than just individuals, are able to analyze the situation and rapidly adapt. And yet humans are still more based. Yeah, I got outvoted, Rez. Okay, I got outvoted by the panel. So yeah, next up are Klingons.
Orange.
Orange.
I'm thinking Grand as well. Like Klingons are pretty cool. They've got like a good mythology. Their engineering, while not really easily recreatable, is solid. They've got that good martial culture. They managed to make the bat'leth work as a weapon, which is honestly impressive in its own right.
Michael Dorn made the bat'leth work as a weapon.
Yeah.
All right, let's just be honest here.
Look, Rez, if she brings up a valid point, I'll consider it. If she doesn't, then I won't. I didn't add. I forgot.
Wow.
I didn't add any Mass Effect races. I didn't add any Mass Effect races just because, like, there was already a few, and I wanted to save room in case Kat or Carrie wanted me to add a few extras. Well, I'll probably make a version 2 of this tier list and add some of the other races.
I've already added one, so let's just be honest here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Here's the thing, Samuel. It's not just like raw. It's not just raw combat power. It's also just general, like who's the best at making societies, who is the best at warfare in general, who is the best at repopulating the galaxy, who's the best at ruling the galaxy. It's not just raw. And also, in a fight, it doesn't matter if you're the strongest dude if a guy brings a fucking gun to the fight. Like, you could be the biggest, baddest motherfucker in medieval France. The moment someone shows up with an M16, you're dead.
I mean, he's kind of got you don't even need an M16. You can get there with an AR-15 very, very easily.
Right, yeah. And humans are the guys who bring the AR-15 to a galaxy that's still using swords and shields.
Hold on to that thought.
All right. Next up, we have the Land Sharks from Battle Los Angeles.
Wait,
which one is it?
So it's that movie about like aliens come to Earth and like destroy Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, I saw that years ago. It was nothing impressive.
I honestly, this is the first time I saw alien invaders that were competent and weren't defeated by some MacGuffin bullshit like disease or
MacGuffin. That's why the Romulans always lose, because of stupid MacGuffin.
Like they were a competent military force who played the game tactically, who defeated humans through superior intellect and only lost, not because there was like the weakness that was exploited is a weakness that humanity has. You take out the command and control center and their operation falls apart. So yeah, honestly, I say Grand just because this is like an amazing example of a realistic alien invasion.
No, but they weren't very impressive when it comes down to it.
I'm sorry, no. I'm not. They should have wiped us out in hours, and instead we wiped them out.
Well, they didn't have orbital supremacy. If they had orbital supremacy, I would agree with you, but they didn't. They basically were like, they just threw a bunch of meteorites at us and fought a conventional war in a cityscape.
Nah.
No. If they could throw that many rocks at us, then why didn't they? Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of details that are like left out. I'm hoping someday we get a sequel series that explains a few things.
No, we're not.
Like everything.
There's nothing impressive about that at all.
Even Michelle said, kind of no.
Yeah, I don't even remember the movie because it was so unimpressive.
So I say Grand. What do you guys say?
We have too many high-level stuff. I'm going with yellow.
Metter
or even
I'll put them at Metter. Elves. Just plain Jane elves.
Most bestest.
Okay, Carrie says most bestest. I personally say Grand.
Meh.
Wow.
They're
On
right in the
principle.
middle, so I'll say Grand.
We're gonna go with Grand.
Yeah, just because, like, yeah, like you've got like Tolkienian elves, which are like top
They're
tier, but then you've
annoying.
also got like Dragon Age elves, which are like, I don't like them. I really don't. They're really freaking annoying half the time.
Then you got Link.
Again, I'll probably add those to the next tier list, Rez.
Rez has got a point. Elves are kind of boring.
Yeah.
And a little.
I mean,
full of
it like,
info.
Yeah.
I think like
Meh.
that's why they're not that like Tolkienian elves raise them above the bar very, very well.
No, they don't. Tolkienian
Yeah.
elves are boring. What are you
No,
talking
they're
about?
not.
What do you mean
Tolkienian
they're not
elves
boring?
I am literally
What?
reading the trilogy right now, and some of the
Yeah.
best parts are the elves. Like Zenny says, you got Santa's elves. Oh, what is this? You got Santa elves are based.
Tolkienian elves.
Rez,
That's
we haven't
what
gotten to the
elves
orcs yet. We haven't gotten to the orcs yet.
Okay, wait a second.
General
Flag on the
elves.
play.
What?
Pratchettonian? Whatever. Elves are fun.
But there's nothing other than that. Yeah, they're always these mythical, immortal, gorgeous, perfect people. With
Not always.
they're
That's
more-
specifically Tolkien.
the majority, most of the time, they are. They are boring as you kip.
I'd say Eldar fall into this because they like high elves from Warhammer Fantasy, Eldar, like they all fall into this. So yeah. So I say Grand. So I said Grand. You guys said what? Meh. Both of you said meh.
For Tolkienian elves?
Like all elves, like Tolkienian elves,
Meh.
Eldar,
Balancing them
Dragon
all
Age
out,
elves,
good. Grand. Balancing them all out, Grand.
balance them all
Meh,
out Grand, and I said Grand. So
Meh.
unless Kat said like bad, which I think she said meh, I'll leave them there. Now V from Avatar.
There's-
Bad.
I don't
Bad.
think we need to debate this. Like,
Do you want to start a fight?
Bad.
You
Like,
don't
they're an
have
interest-
that level. If there's
What?
something worse than humans, it's avatars.
no, Navi. Like, they're an interesting
Navi.
concept. I like the idea of the
No,
like they're
they're
a race
not.
that evolved on a
No.
death world, but James Cameron's need to showcase
No.
the evils of human civilization just ruined them,
No,
honestly.
they're literally fanfic alien species.
Yeah, they're literally just Native
the
American
nicest thing I'd call
fanfic
them.
designed to make you fap. Like, that's all they are.
Look at my tail. It can hook up to
Like,
somebody
there's
else's
no
tail.
nuance. Like,
It
and
sounds
even
like
the
something
elements of them that are
fast Star
nuanced,
Trek fanfic would write.
and even like the elements of them that are nuanced make no sense. Like, they're a culture that revere and respect warriors, but they also don't war amongst the clans because Awa says that's bad. They don't seem to have any crippled or diseased people in their tribes. Does that mean they don't get diseased or crippled, or does that mean they leave them
Kill them all
out
off.
to die? Like there's so many, and also they're bigoted assholes. Like, humanity shows up and is like, we are going to cure cancer. We are going to educate you about we are going to give you 2,000, 3,000, actually 10,000 years of technological advancement. And all we want to do is dig up some rocks. If you want us to replant the ground we destroy, we're totally down to do that. And then Alvi go, yeah, no, you don't know what you're doing. We're clearly better, so we're just going to ignore you and treat you like shit. Why are you burning down our trees after we've assaulted your mining camps for 10 years? What did we do? Like, I hate, like, the Na'vi are so bad. Oh, yeah, and also, they commit bestiality on the regular. Correct, Bam.
Yeah, well, that's a
Yeah.
bit of an exaggeration. I was not aware that we offered to replant their planet.
I mean, like, we didn't, but like that's a thing you could do easily. Like most,
Okay.
for example, most trees that are replanted by logging companies. Like,
Oh,
it's already
wow.
a thing that company. It's honestly a bad idea to destroy the environment. It's not economically viable to destroy the environment. So of course the RDA, when they're done mining a patch, would like they've got to put that dirt somewhere.
Guess
And it
what's
makes
on
sense to
sale?
put the trees back because, you know, you could export the wood, or it pays to not piss off the Na'vi. Like, that movie is so badly written.
Okay, let's just move on. Not fuck the Na'vi. They're worse than humans. And yeah,
Yeah, exactly, Rez. Exactly. the writing around the Na'vi is bullshit. Next up, we have orcs. All orcs are based.
No, they're not.
No.
If you get
orcs are all based.
No, if you get orcs at most bestest, I get corpus at most bestest.
No,
Orcs are
no, let me explain why.
No. Then I say the orcs are meh, and they're actually kind of meher even.
Wow.
Okay.
Orcs are boring. They are stereotypical bad guys. Think about it. What do the orcs do? Oh my god, they eat people. Oh, that's so scary.
That's not the only good call.
It depends.
They are, you know what orcs are? I'll tell you what orcs are. Cheap ass Klingon copies with
They came before. Orcs
doesn't matter.
Created before the Klingons.
Doesn't matter. They come
Yes,
across
Tolkien.
as
And then if you look at the other kinds of orcs, like
no mannered barbaric Klingons.
D&D orcs were created to genocide. They
Doesn't
slaughter
matter.
everything, and what they don't slaughter, they breed with, creating
So
a
yeah,
lesser
then
kind
I
of
will
orc.
put them at even bad than hearing that.
Wow.
Warhammer orcs breed by spores.
There's nothing
create
creative
squigs and
about the
squiggles.
orcs. There's absolutely nothing creative about the orcs. They
I'm
are
gonna
There's nothing creative about
barbaric.
the corpus.
They are, yeah,
There's
there
nothing
actually
creative
is.
about the corpus. They're
The
just
reli-
late 18th century adventure capitalists
No, they aren't. They actually have an
slightly better
entire
morality and spaceships.
No,
There's
they
nothing
are-
creative about the corpus by your logic.
They are actually a religion devoted to it's a
That
creative
is
way
literally late 18th century adventure capitalists. Or
No,
venture
they
capitalists.
are a religion and a
Can we
cult.
talk about orcs for a second?
I'm
Yeah,
saying
orcs.
orcs. They're basically, how can we make bad guy? We can't use Nazis for a bad guy. Let's make bad spoken, dirty, with bad potty manners who eat people.
That is
There's
a
nothing-
gross oversimplification of the orcs.
Yeah, but that's basically what they are. Whereas
Actually,
the corpus
Samuel,
is a creatively designed religion.
no, they're not. They're
Yes,
not.
it is.
Samuel, didn't he in an interview state that he changed, he never replaced it, but he didn't like the idea of orcs being twisted elves? Yes, I literally separated them from normal humans so we could have a discussion about it, and I probably shouldn't.
I told him corpus.
I probably shouldn't because it's just resulting in a lot of whinging. Yeah.
Okay.
I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he said in an interview later in life before he got a chance to really rewrite it that elves that the orcs weren't twisted elves because he didn't like the idea of the elves being corrupted.
And you don't know anything about Parvus Granum or the history of
No,
the
I don't because I don't play that game. But no, you are grossly grossly oversimplifying orcs in general. Tolkienian orcs are an industrious population that are driven towards war, that have only ever known slavery their entire lives.
I read the Lord of the Rings. None of that
right,
was
and you're oversimplifying them. They're an industrial.
You are giving them far too much credit than they're worth.
And they're only one kind. That's only one kind of orc. Then you look at the orcs from, let's say, D&D, which are brutal, empire-destroying savages that don't just erase a culture by killing it, but also they're effectively the Mongols. They breed everything to the point where it doesn't exist.
They are effectively bad guy.
Yeah. I didn't know if he actually got around to erasing that or not, but I did remember hearing that from an interview. Then you've got Warhammer orcs are a force of freaking nature by most standards.
That's what all of them. Every single one of them said it is a force of nature.
I did not.
Yes, they did.
Lotor orcs are industrial. D&D orcs are basically the Mongols without the horses. Warhammer orcs
they are all exactly the same thing, just worded slightly different.
They're not. That take is so bad. That is a horrific take. Carrie, sorry, I've been talking over you.
Yeah, I wanted to say, based on everything that the two of you have been saying, I'm actually going to move orcs up to there is nothing between good and meh. So
nothing between grand and meh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no good, just good, not great, not bad, just kind of. And by the way, that's
meant to be the not good, not bad. Meh is the not good, not bad. Grand is good.
That is not an orc. That is an Uruk-hai. Uruk-hai are most bestest.
They fall under orc.
No, they're different.
I look there. If I was specifically talking about Lord of the Rings, I would agree with you. But I'm generalizing every kind of orc, and Urukai are technically a kind of orc, just like Orogs in D&D are a type of orc.
Then Corpus are humans, are just normal humans.
Yes, they are. I could easily, like, if I could remove them on a fly, I would. I literally only included them to have a discussion about them and to see if Kat would get pissed off by the picture I used, but neither of that happened.
Yeah, well, I can't see the picture. I think the picture's stupid, but I didn't see the picture. I know.
Oh, you know what? I got something else about orcs. There's Orcs by Mary Gentile, something like that, and that actually does raise them to grand.
No. But the thing is, when it comes down to it, no, I really don't like the look. Orcs, when it comes down to it, were created initially as bad guy. Now, some people want to be like, look at me, I'm going to be creative and make bad guy more creative. But Shadow's giving them far more credit, especially the ones in the Lord of the Rings, where they're like, no, there was nothing impressive about the orcs in the Lord of the Rings. You were saying that about them. You are inferring them about them.
And also from the movies, where they make everything. They are the industry of war. They make the crossbows. They make the weapons. They make cruel and effective ways of killing people.
They were probably ordered to make that stuff, but do you think they really created it? Probably not.
We don't know, so we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
You're giving them the benefit of the doubt, but you're not. But then no. You can't.
So Kat says Metter. I say. I said most bestest, but honestly,
I said most bestest about Corpus, and you wouldn't put them at most bestest.
Yes, because Carrie and I thought Matt, you thought most bestest. Carrie said grand.
You can't put orcs at most bestest if I don't.
I put them there, and then we talked about it, and I'm giving them their final place. I said most bestest, mostly is like hyping them up. Honestly, I think they're only about a grand.
Yeah, they're
compared to some of the compared to other things.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think grand is generous. A little on the generous side. They'd be like a 3.1. But they did get past that 0. They did get past that 9. Okay.
So you think Matt?
Grand.
Grand?
Okay. Grand.
Okay. Yeah. Ditch it. I'm telling you right now, I can't ditch coffee completely. I did ditch sugary coffees, so there's that.
I need coffee right now. Thanks a lot, Michelle.
Yeah. Rez, again, I separated them. I honestly wanted to have like more different kinds of human, but then as the list got bigger, I'm like, I really shouldn't include like the Fremen or the Federation or Warhammer humans just because the list was getting kind of big. All right, next up we have the Romulans.
They're cool. They're badass.
Yeah, I really, really like the Romulans. I'm thinking grand personally.
Meh. Really, they're meh. All they ever do is sneak around and play these shadow bullshit games. Yeah. And I mean they're I'm being generous by calling them meh. I really should say meh.
I'm mostly simping for their spaceships. They look cool.
Yeah, that's not helping any.
You know what? I have to agree. I love the Romulans. I mean, one of my favorite characters in all of Star Trek was Commander Tomalak. But when you really think about it, what are the Romulans? They were initially Romans in space, and then they turned them into sneaky, suspicious dudes. Their ships are cool, but when it comes down to it, what have the Romulans done impressive? They've been on the. I mean, they went from. Their highest moment was helping in the Dominion War, and then what happened? Their planet got destroyed. I mean, they have done nothing badass.
Wasn't that from like the new Trek writers? I mean, we still got to consider it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, don't get me started about the whole destroying Romulus thing. That was stupid. There's so many plot holes, and it was creatively lazy because first they destroyed Praxis in Star Trek 6. So we got rid of the Klingons and made them force them into treaty because of Praxis. Then they go, let's do the same thing to the Romulans instead of the Romulans could have been badass. I'm going with meh, and I love
so they were badass earlier, but then they had some like bad.
No, they were never badass. They have the potential to be badass.
I mean, you described them as space Romans. That's badass. Aren't they also like the first?
Hold
aside
up,
from
hold
the
up,
Klingons,
hold up.
weren't they like the first? I mean, I'm not.
Yes,
well
they were. I'm saying they had.
But weren't they like the first war that the Federation actually fought,
Yes.
and it technically ended in a stalemate?
Yes, and there's a
That's
lot of
pretty badass, honestly.
Wait. There's a lot of history to the Romulans that's very, very interesting. For example, the fact that they were originally Vulcans, all of that. The problem is there's a lot of potential to the Romulans, and they never use it. Okay. Oh, and I love Star Trek 6. That's why I'm saying meh, because there's a lot of potential. Instead, they were very, very lazy with the Romulans.
Okay. I'm not as familiar with Star Trek. I probably would have the same opinion, because one of the things I hate most in fiction is wasted potential.
In fact, some of the best stuff by the Romulans was written by, I think it was Diane Dwan, who wrote a whole series of novels that were basically totally invalid because because the novels are not canon. But she got very, very creative. She even created a Romulan language, which of course means absolutely nothing because they never used any of it. So no, there's a lot of potential to the Romulans. They just never did anything good with them. And that sucks because they are actually a very creative idea. They just never did anything with them.
Okay.
Romulans were a Star Trek analog to the Chinese of the 1960s.
Really?
Yeah. Klingons are Russians.
I thought you just said Chinese.
No, that's
Klingon are Russian. Romulan are Chinese.
Oh, Klingons are Russian. Sorry, my brain. Yeah, that's actually a good. As I learn more about Russians, the Klingons being Russians make a lot more sense. All right, so there we go. Next up, Sangheili from Halo.
I have no idea. I am going to pass on this one completely.
Okay.
Same. I don't really. I haven't watched.
I would personally say Grand, just because I haven't played the earlier Halo games yet, just because I haven't had access to them. But from what I understand about the actual Halo lore, to my understanding, they were effectively in, I believe, their Renaissance period, and they resisted the Sanshaim, the prophets, effectively as basically a little more than feudal warlords, and they did such a good job fighting the Sanshaim. They became the first partner race of the Covenant. And when they decided, hey, we're no longer with the Covenant, it literally broke the Covenant in two. Which is why I think they're not most bestest. They're not as Chad as a Jem'Hadar. They're not as just they only have one source of lore, so they're not as cool as say Humanity, which has a wide range of opportunities. But they're still pretty badass, which is why I'd say I'd put them at Grand.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know when the lore I'm talking about was added, Rez. But even if it was, okay, that's a really good point.
No.
That's a very, very good. Sorry. If it was 3 for 3, I still this is probably one of the few examples of them actually making good lore. If the whole primitive people but resisted damn well just because they're that freaking angry. That's a good example of lore. Also, Rez, Cat, orcs bad, no reason given. Also Cat gives a fairly good description about Romulans and their potentials.
Well, I would say then, you know what? That's what talking about the orcs made me realize the same thing about the Romulans. The Romulans are very generic. There's a lot of potential to them, and that's the thing. There's a lot of potential to them. You giving orcs a lot of potential, but also when it comes down to it, the orcs are just we needed to come up with a bad guy, and they feel generic. And the Lord of the Rings, they feel generic.
Well, Tolkien's orcs, they were meant to be a very he even said he wanted to flush them out more. He just didn't get a chance to, because his Catholic I can't remember if it was an interview or if it was a bunch of different interviews. But it was his Catholic faith kept him from believing that an entire race were inherently evil. And so he wanted to go back and write up a bunch of stuff about the orcs where give them a little bit more character, and he just never did. But using stuff war, I'm not going to go back down the orc rabbit hole, but I don't think there's a lack of potential there. I just don't think, and I'm not saying this as an insult or to be mean, you're just not as well versed.
No, because you're
just I'm not as well versed in the corpus.
No, but
because
you're
I
also
read a lot more fantasy than you do. I understand a lot more fantasy.
A lot about them. You looked at the Lord of the Rings movie and said they're. It's like, you know what I got out of the Lord of the Rings is their masters told them build this and told them how to build it, and that they're not that, and that they basically have the intelligence of a Grineer, that they have the brain power of the Grineer. They have no idea. They're just fighting pawns. There's
no. Wait, hold up. The orcs actually do know how to make things, and we know that from the Hobbit. They do make things. They're not top tier engineers. They wouldn't.
I think the quote was, "They make no pretty things, but plenty of clever things." Like, when it comes to killing people,
wait, that was the goblins that make the clever things.
Goblins and orcs are synonymous. Goblin literally just means an orc of the Misty Mountains.
No, they're not.
There's no distinction.
There is a difference. And no, it's not much of a difference. All right.
Yeah.
But orcs can make things. Uruk-hai can make things. Goblins are just very much better at it. But also orcs never got any kind of education. All right. We never got a chance to find out what a very smart orc might be capable of until sometime in the 90s, and we'll talk about that later some other time.
I mean, personally, I would argue, and yes, this is talking about the Hobbit movies in a good light. Azog, I would say, is an example of a very intelligent orc.
He's organized. Not like that.
Okay, Azog the Despoiler is canon. In the Hobbit, the appendices, he's described as dead 200 years before the events of the Hobbit. Yes, but like, assuming the character as displayed in the Hobbit film is comparable to how he was in life in the books, he created a bureaucratic war. He created an army that, based on bureaucratic warfare with standardized equipment, used effective battle tactics and combined
no.
Fight the dwarves, elves, and humans into a standstill.
You're assuming that they actually got it right in the Hobbit, because I'm going to go with they probably didn't.
Well, there's not much written about him. If it was a case where he was described as a blunt instrument,
so that would be like me saying that Viso secretly developed a giant robot Moa.
Well, no, but that's
like, well, when he's corpus, so he probably did it. It's the exact same thing.
That's not even comparable, Kat.
No,
because
it is.
that's not even comparable. Because Kat,
you said,
it's not comparable.
You said, okay, I said Azog, right? You said Azog.
You don't have the rights to make anything. What you make is fan fiction because you don't have the rights.
And that's
Peter Jackson had the rights to make it, and it's more believable.
Stop. Listen, Peter Jackson So the Rings of Power, right? They have the rights to it. They
have the rights to use the appendices.
Yes, but they have the rights. So you're saying Tolkien never developed
and what they included directly contradicts existing lore.
It doesn't matter.
No, there's a difference.
Oh my God!
They created. Kat, no, I am listening to you.
Shut up.
Neither one of you are listening.
Shut up. Shadow, listen, I'm not finished with what I was saying. I'm saying, according to Tolkien, we know absolutely nothing about Azog. What you are saying is Peter Jackson, because he bought the rights to The Hobbit, he can make up whatever the hell he wants and we can call it canon. No, he cannot. According to Tolkien, we know absolutely nothing about Azog. For you to say that what we see in The Hobbit is canon and makes sense, no, you can't do that. It's exactly like, let's say, 100 years from now, I get the license for the corpus, and I go, well, we don't know much about Viso, so I'm going to say he did that. No, you cannot say what the Hobbit did is canon. We absolutely know nothing about Azog. You cannot assume anything about him. We don't even know his intellectual capabilities. We know nothing. As far as we know, he could have been a retarded orc sitting in a corner, picking his nose and going, well, we don't know anything about him. So you cannot call anything in The Hobbit canon. If it does not exist in the books, it is not canon. Even if Peter Jackson bought the books, the rights, if you were to create something completely new, even that like if you were to create something completely new that doesn't contradict with the lore in the Lord of the Rings movies, nobody would say that's canon. Even if it doesn't contradict, no one would say it's canon. And it's the same thing here. So Azog, we know absolutely nothing about except what little's written about him. And you're saying that there's nothing about him. So we're going to have to go with that. We cannot go with, he was a great whatever because of the Hobbit movies.
Okay, you're done. Are you done?
Yeah.
I'm going to speak. Show me the same respect I showed you. Don't interrupt me, please.
I kept interrupting me before.
And then I stopped because
Okay.
you raised that point. I stopped.
You have biases. That's the problem.
So
I
do you.
admitted.
Hey,
No,
hey,
I
you were
don't.
done.
I
You were
admitted
done.
I like
Let
the
me speak.
Romulans.
Let me speak.
I
You were done.
admitted
Let me speak.
you have biases. I admit.
And
I
so
like
do
the
you.
Where?
Don't
I
tell
admit
me
it.
I have biases. Okay.
Hey, I like the
No,
Romulans.
Kat, I let you
admit,
speak.
I
Let
admit,
me
hey,
speak.
let me finish this. I
No,
admit
you were
it.
done.
Hey,
you were done. I'm talking about the orcs now.
hey,
I'm talking about Azog now. You were
because
done.
you have a problem
Let me.
with
Oh my fucking. I let you speak
hey,
for a good 2 minutes. Let me speak.
Hey, you are biased. I admitted I like the Romulans. I think the Romulans are badass. I think the Romulans were my favorite characters. Did I put them at bestest? No, I didn't, because I admitted they have faults. You are
Right.
so obsessed with orcs, you cannot see, there is no argument with this. As long as it's not written in the lore, you cannot debate that there's anything better about Azog. I don't care about his culture. As I said, he could be a retarded moron, according to Tolkien.
And he's
we
not.
don't know that.
What
How?
Tolkien did write about Azog,
What?
Tolkien did write about Azog was he was a major threat to the Dwarven kingdoms. He killed freaking I can't remember his name, King of the Mountain, the guy Frodo goes with. Azog killed his father and grandfather in the battle where he was killed. We know he was an effective warlord because he laid waste to an orcish kingdom. He slaughtered hundreds of orcs. Or not orcs, dwarves. So we know for a minimum. We know for minimum he was a military. He was good at military.
No,
we know that much.
All we know, he and his orcs just ran over ransacked the land, and he was throwing thousands of people, thousands of orcs.
You can't kill dwarves that way. You can't just kill dwarves mindlessly because they are. They are one of the greatest kingdom makers in Lord of the Rings. We have the lore that dwarves made great kingdoms, that they made great armies. For Azog to defeat them, he can't be a mindless, brutal.
You never know that. Yes,
he has to be thinking.
No, he doesn't. No,
yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
How many times have mindless hordes overwhelmed advanced societies?
In Lord of the Rings?
In general. So he doesn't have to be
Lord of the Rings specifically.
No, it doesn't
Lord of the Rings. Every single time the orcs have had a victory was typically because either Sauron or Morgoth or the Witch King got involved or Balrogs got involved. The example of Azog is, to my understanding, the first time orcs alone defeated a kingdom. Again, I'm not as familiar with the Silmarillion. Someone can correct me on that.
We know in battle that yes, overwhelming odds, mindless hordes can overwhelm advanced technology. It does happen. So we don't know anything about Azog other than yes, he overwhelmed.
We don't know he
did it with brains, and we don't know if he did it with stupidity. It could be either or. We don't know.
You can't do it with stupid. If you have 100,000 soldiers, that doesn't matter if the enemy have good defensive positions and better equipment and better discipline, and that describes the dwarves.
You are assuming Azog is a smart, genius military commander. I'm telling you,
because he had to defeat a major dwarven kingdom. I'm not doing. It's okay. Let's move on. Trandoshans from Star Wars.
Who?
Fuck.
The lizard people from Star Wars, like Bossk.
Oh, 5 orange.
Grand.
Thank you.
I have no idea what the hell that is.
Like Bossk from Empire Strikes Back. They're like the lizards. They have a rivalry with the Wookiees.
This is the species that fought Kirk on that planet where Kirk spared him.
No, that's Star Trek. These are Star Wars.
Oh. Well, still, yeah.
Very, very similar. They're still really strong reptilians.
They belong in the orange.
Oh my god, it's just orcs as reptiles.
No, they're not.
No,
they're not even fucking comparable.
Let me guess, they have a great warrior culture.
No, great.
Hunter.
That's like saying Mandalorians are orcs.
No, but
that's such a fuck. I'm gonna get pissed. Cat doesn't.
No.
I'm gonna say you pass on this just because you don't recognize it.
I'm going with meh. They sound boring.
They sound boring. They don't get
It's
much
not boring.
coverage.
Oh my god, it's lizard alien. Wow.
They get a
so
good amount of
creative.
coverage. They get a good few scenes in the Clone Wars, for example, where they would abduct other races, throw them on like a hunting planet, and hunt them.
The fact that they are in the Clone Wars just puts it down to meh.
I disagree with that take.
They appear in Empire Strikes Back.
Yes, boss. They're bounty hunters because they're bigger and stronger than humans. They actually are able to go toe to toe with Wookiees pretty consistently.
Is what they hunt. They're from the same
world. They love hunting Wookiees. And actually, Wookiees, if I remember correctly, only got hyperdrives because the Trandoshans would be selling them as slaves.
They're hairless Wookiees. Meh.
What?
They're hairless Wookiees. Meh.
No, they're not hairless Wookiees.
I'm sticking to Grand.
You're sticking with Grand, and I say Grand, so I'm leaving them there. Wood elves.
What's the difference?
Grand.
You just had elves.
No, there are typically very distinct different. So normal elves are like typically.
Who cares?
I do, because I'm an intellectual. Wood elves.
No, you're an intellectual in the world of fiction. Maybe you use a lot of that.
They get Grand.
I'm also fairly well versed in reality, specifically in history and human nature. Wood elves are typically a lot more in human nature.
The two of you are trying to start a fight again.
I'm not.
No,
I'm
like, I don't. Who?
Thank you, Samuel.
Meher.
Yeah. What else? I'm gonna just say I would say mad just because like they're basically just. There are some good wood elves, but they're typically just basically well written Na'vi. So I would say meh.
Whatever. Okay.
What do you think, Carrie?
I think they belong in Grand. Not really. They're not as good as the rest of the elves. But I'm kind of comparing two different races of the same species, really.
Yeah.
So it really is kind of like that. I mean, it's not exactly a fair comparison, but that's the best I got.
Yeah. All right, I'll put them in meh then. Wookiees.
Whatever. Grand.
Yeah, I agree. Wookiees are pretty awesome.
Oh, you didn't ask me.
You didn't ask.
I was going to. I said I agree.
I'm going to put them in. I'm going to put them in Grand without even asking me. Well, you know what? Just for that, I'm saying meh. And I like Wookiees. I was going to put them in Grand.
It's not a good reason, Kat.
But clearly,
it's a very childish reason to place them in meh.
No, because as I said,
I mean, it's still 2-1. They're staying in Grand.
No, stop. Kat, in one sentence or less, tell me why they belong in a lower category.
Honestly, because we have everything in Grand. This is getting ridiculous. Everything is Grand.
There's a lot of goods there.
Every single thing is Grand and meh, and that's it. And then
because I didn't really I
just
picked what was on the top of my head, and then Carrie suggested something which we're getting to.
Oh god.
Well, yeah.
And all of these except the Na'vi are like decently well written, consistent races.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's not exactly then a way to.
Okay, then if we do one of these again, I'll make sure to try to find some that will be a little bit more.
No. I'm saying it depends on then how you're judging, because if you're going with decently well written, you're going with some of the most established fiction there is.
I'm going with in general, like well written, consistent, decently interesting, like a wide array of categories.
I'm going with meh because there's a lot of potential in the Wookiees and we didn't see enough of it. But then I haven't seen most of the other stuff that came after the original trilogy, because anything after the original trilogy was trash. So I don't trust anything.
Right about that.
Yeah, and since the Wookiees only got very little in the original trilogy, we only saw very little about them, and they could have done much more with them in the prequel trilogy, which they didn't. They didn't do enough about them in the prequel trilogy. So I'm going with meh until they improve them.
Well, there's a lot of good stuff about the Wookiees, and I think the prequel trilogy and Revenge of the Sith shows them pretty good. I think Clone Wars does a pretty good job.
And I said anything after the original trilogy is just meh. So yeah, I'm going by the original trilogy, and as I said with the Romulans, there's potential, but they didn't use it.
All right.
I'm going with
Carrie.
She's kind of right about that, but I'm going to stick with grand because I can separate the totality of the everything else and the specifics within.
Yeah,
right? And you do get a little bit more. Now, if there was something more about the Wookiees that wasn't contaminated by what's her cunt? I mean, what's her face? We might be able to get into it a little bit better.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
I think when they introduced the Wookiees into the Clone Wars, that was before Disney bought them. So I think pretty much every big thing we know about the Wookiees was done by Lucasfilms before Kathleen Kennedy got on board.
Oh yeah, that's her. That.
Yeah.
Right. Her. Moving right along is we don't have enough. We have Chewbacca to draw from.
Yeah.
Chewbacca, Black Cranston, and Book of Boba Fett, which was like the only good part of that show. There's an episode where you get to see like the Wookiees do stuff in Clone Wars. There's an episode where we get a Wookiee Padawan. The book Lost Stars gives a little bit of an insight.
The Book of Boba Fett was Kathleen Kennedy.
Yes, I know it was Kathleen Kennedy. That show was bad. You still get some good things from it.
No.
I'm sorry. I can separate the totality from the specificity. So they get the benefit of the doubt.
So Grant?
I would put them there.
Okay.
And then
the Hive from Destiny.
Don't know anything about. Sorry. Kat?
You know what? Up until the whole goddamn trash that they did with the Witch Queen, where they turned them into a sympathetic villain, I would have said the most bestest. I would have said that until they turned this whole Savathun, you poor baby. Now I'm knocking it down at least one rank.
I still view Savathun as like the Lucifer of the Hive race, and Savathun alone is like, I feel kind of bad about what I did. The one individual isn't enough to make me think the whole race is tainted, because the Hive, like, even if Savathun decides I'm a bad person, I need to get better, that's not going to stop the billions of other Hive that are currently ransacking the galaxy.
But what made the Hive badass wasn't the fact that they got tricked. It was because they wanted the dark. Okay, that's what made them badass. That fact that they were tricked into the darkness kind of takes them down a notch. Originally, they were like, "Yeah, we don't."
Yeah, they sold their souls willingly.
Whereas now, they didn't sell their souls willingly. They were tricked into selling their souls, which totally sucks.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Arux and Sheevu Arath, they still did it willingly, right?
But because she told them.
Right, she told them, but like they still made a conscious choice. Yeah,
but
to do
it's
they
still
weren't deceived. She was.
Yeah, but it takes away the awesomeness of it. The fact that they were convinced by someone who was deceived, instead of the three of them going, "Yeah, we're gonna do this because we're gonna be badass." So yeah, the Hive used to be badass, and then they turned them. That's why I don't understand why anybody likes the Witch Queen. People love the Witch Queen, and I'm like, what the hell? It totally turned the Hive from total badasses into little loser babies. We're like, oh, we got deceived.
The White Hive are a fun boss fight sometimes.
Not anymore. They're just boss.
They were when they were first dropped, and you're thinking, all right, there'll be something unique about them, but not really.
Up until the Witch.
We're ranting about D2.
So, no. I'm saying up until the Witch Queen, the Hive were badass. And then once they did the Witch Queen and they turned them into losers, their bosses aren't that. I mean, come on, Ella Cool the Darkblade was a kick-ass boss fight.
Oh, I loved Ella Cool. So okay, I mean, you were willing to ignore new content for the Wookiees.
The reason I'm ignoring new content for the Wookiees is because it's Disney and Kathleen Kennedy.
Right.
This, on the other hand, is Bungie. No, but Bungie is Bungie. It's Bungie. It's their thing. We have to deal with it. I'm not putting them. I'm not going to say most bestest. I'd say grand. And you know what? I might even go as low as meh. And they were pretty. I guess I thought the Hive was awesome. I mean, come on. What's your name?
Optical has like to break the tie, then. We either need Carrie to say meh or meh.
Wait.
Stop.
Optical got
screaming at each other
and blood on her dress.
This is why I hate panels.
Yeah.
Sorry, Carrie.
Now you know. I hate panels. Okay.
Hey,
Sorry,
all right. First of all, Who are we talking about again?
The Hive from Destiny. They're basically an insectoid crusader race that have a mix of Darwinism and nihilism as their religion.
What's their technology?
A mix of
Shadow isn't describing it well.
And magical.
Shadow isn't describing them well at all. He's just describing they are.
I'm giving them the cliff notes. I'm giving them the cliff notes.
Yeah, but you can't picture this.
You got about 2 seconds to give
massive,
it to me.
Think of these massive ships.
I'm giving him the cliff notes because we gotta speed up.
Think massive. First of all, they have very heavy ancient Egyptian vibes. Okay. Massive tomb ships. They clearly are obsessed with death. They're pretty.
Nihilism and Darwinism.
Yeah, but nihilism and Darwinism doesn't give you
stop now because I've come to a conclusion.
Okay, sorry, Carrie.
Ow! I lost everything the two of you said. I'm not sure where two of you stand, but I'm gonna give them a meh and a half. Because I am familiar with the Invid.
Yeah, I'd kind of describe them similar enough to the Invid, so I'll say grand. Because Kat said grand, you said meh, I said most bestest, that's the average. And then we have Carrie's favorite, the Zentradi.
Most bestest, and I'll fight you all.
I agree with Terry.
Bam and Zenny and Behemoth, and who else is here? Get them all in here. I'll fight all of you at the same time. The Zentradi are the destroyers of whole galaxies. We kill everything in our path until one stupid broad with blonde hair brought us to our knees.
Wasn't it Minmay who destroyed the entire Zentradi race?
One stupid.
Wasn't it like a little Asian girl singing that destroyed the great Zentradi peoples?
Yes.
Who are the Zentradi? I gotta go eat.
They're from Robotech.
Yeah.
Yes.
Carrie, would you like to describe who they are?
Oh God, not another one of your obscure video game, Shadow.
No, it's not. It's not a video game.
No.
It's an
anime. This is one of the classics of anime that was carried for like 20 years.
Which anime?
On Robotech.
I've never heard of it. I gotta go eat.
Okay.
We can talk about this Zentradi when she gets back.
We will talk about this while she eats. And I clean guns because that's actually what I do during the streams.
Oh, you're cleaning a firearm?
I'm cleaning both of my guns.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'll tell you more about that after the stream. Moving on from here, the Zentradi are the 40-foot warrior clones, Samuel. The 40-foot war slave clones, whatever. And we could be micronized to human size, or microni, as the vulgar word goes. And we were destroying the entire universe, the entire galaxy, at the behest of our masters until we came to Earth to recover one little fucking boat. Okay, one big boat. Okay,
it was a really big boat.
Well, by our standards, no, she wasn't that big.
It had a really big gun.
And by our standards, that's okay. By our standards, this is the equivalent of putting the biggest gun possible onto, putting a 16-inch gun onto a destroyer.
Yeah, it was a really big gun.
It was a big gun.
Yeah.
And then Minmay's song began to corrupt us slowly, and we delved into a civil war that destroyed our species. But the survivors, most of us, defected to Terra, and then we, under the Terran flag, marched back on our masters, liberated their home world from their enemies, and then we started another war against the Invid because they wanted to destroy humans. And then we conquered the entire galaxy under the Terran flag.
Yeah.
By accident.
Just one addendum. It wasn't specific. It was partly Minmay, but it was more of just the appeal of civilian culture and life beyond slaughter and death that drew the Zentradi in. But Minmay was like,
we didn't understand.
What?
We didn't have that. We did not have any kind of We don't have a word for love.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't have a word for civilian. So Mid-May was like a freaking lighthouse beacon of what is this? And then the rest of what human civilization does drew the Zentradi in. So
one of our first defectors was Miria. Oh my God. I have to tell the story about Saint Miria.
Go ahead.
Miria Pirano was the greatest Zentradi fighter ace. Greatest mecha ace, excuse me.
Yeah. She was a kick-ass woman.
Chiron, Kajoka that he is, wanted to bait her into a fight of some sort. So he warned her that there was a human, Macroni, pilot who could best her. Nah, he doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. She went to fight, started a whole battle with the SDF-1 all by herself and without proper authorization to find this greatest fighter pilot. And sure enough, she found him. The blue Veritech. Everybody stay away from him. He's mine. She went and fought him one-on-one, and she realized, holy shit, this guy really is good. This Microni really is good.
Yeah.
So she had herself micronized and inserted aboard the SDF-1 and started hunting for this Microni so she could assassinate him. Found him in a video game arcade. Holy crap. So she fought him on a video game about Veritex. She would test moves on this really good player. She's just playing a player. She doesn't know who this is. She realizes this is the guy. Oh my God, this is the guy. He actually beat her in the arcade. So he says, wait. Can I have a date with you? And she says, sure.
What the fuck's
I'll have a date with you. Yes. Well, she was going to assassinate him at the date in the park.
Yeah.
And she actually tried to. They fought for like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck you and your Akira. We destroyed the world.
Wait. Was it this comment? Because I think the comments are a little bit delayed. Is it this comment?
Yes, it was that.
Okay. I didn't know if you made a new one or not. Also, I think Behemoth is going to want to... So we can like hop over to the Discord VC if we want to talk about guns, because I think Behemoth's going to want to chat.
Sure. Where was I?
Okay. You were... she tried to kill him. They fought for 5-10 minutes. Fuck Akira.
In a hand-to-hand battle, he's unarmed. He didn't expect it. He's here for a date with this hot chick that he's been seeing around town with the purple hair. She's here to kill him. So she brought a knife. She tried to kill him. They're fighting for 5-10 minutes. She's got him completely outmatched in weapons. He beats her ass again. Well, she was so overwhelmed that right then and there he asked her to marry him, and she said yes. And then she asked him, "What is marriage? What is Mary?" And they went on to have like 9 or 10 daughters.
I thought it was only one.
Oh no!
I thought it was only that like take commander bitch.
And first of all, you will never speak of Saint Dana Sterling that way again in your life, or I will beat you like a weekly recruit.
If it wasn't for the Invid arc being really, really inconsistent, in my opinion, that would honestly be like I did not like that season of Robotech.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. We can
talk about that on a different stream.
But
yeah, one sec. I gotta throw some trash away. Hold on.
I'm gonna keep the crowd entertained for a minute.
I'm back.
The two of them ended up having like 8 kids together. Dude, get off of her!
They look, that Microni genetics is just better.
It was something like that. Fighting machines are bested by human cooties. Sam, are you drunk?
I think he's at work.
No, he can't be at work. It's too early in the day. Moving right along. So that is the Legend of Saint Miria. Are you
calling him a hooker?
No. Why? Oh,
because he said it's too early in the day.
wow, damn. Okay, Sam. I'm only going to take it back insofar as the very much unintended implication there. Moving right along, though.
Okay.
Where was?
So yeah.
Yes, Saint Maria of Zentradi was the official first defector. She's the one that came out and said, "Hey, I'm Zentradi and I'm here." And everything else after that was unofficially Zentradi defect, unofficially second. There were other Zentradi amongst the humans before she was micronized. But whatever. What do I know? I'm just a bosun's mate.
So this is the list. Now Veer at the very bottom.
Yeah, well, Ewoks, they belong there.
Jem'Hadar and Zentradi are at the very top. This was not at all how I was expecting the list to be formed. Also, it's a middle finger.
Can we share my old battle pod, please?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can share it. This is apparently what Carrie would use to slaughter my crony Phil.
Well, yeah, but yeah, the Regult battle pod. Actually, this is not my personal battle pod because mine got left behind on a Salon Scout somewhere around Saturn, and she probably was blown up by my Veritech squadron. Oh, I don't feel bad. Fuck it. It was worth it. I want to go back and search through the wreckage to see if I can find the remains, just so I can smash them up some more.
And watch, it's like perfectly usable back out there. Like you go to a Jovian moon and it's just standing there waiting to get used again.
Wait a second. If she's in that good a condition, I might just say, wait a second. No. This has certain historic value. We got to put this at the Vertital Academy, but we're going to deactivate the weapons. We're going to shut the power plant down, or maybe convert it to something else. All right, that would be a little bit different.
I disagree, Samuel. I very strongly the Jem'Hadar are awesome, even with the Ketracel. Even with the Ketracel white problem, there's still even the Ketracel white is just an extra countermeasure. They're still awesome. You good, Gary?
Yep. You went down the rock pipe.
Okay. Don't die. Don't die. I don't want a dead person on my stream. Even with the Ketracel white dependency, which I mean, you require food, Mr. Tentacle Monster. That's technically junky. Even faced with surrender's an option, the guy above us is kind of a dick. They chose to march head first into a firing line. They don't care. They are hard ass, brutal, in a twisted way, honorable warriors. They are, in my opinion, better Klingons.
The Zentradi respects them. That should be a fucking clue, people. And Zentradi is saying, you better respect them, or they will fucking kill every last one of you, and not even notice for a couple of weeks until the body parts start to smell, and they say, "What? We forgot. We killed a bunch of people last month."
Yeah, we probably should have cleaned up the servos.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, they don't have a civilization. They have the founders' civilization. They are a manufactured species. They are a machine.
Yeah. They're like Janissaries or Mamelukes. You give them a chance to run an empire, they'll probably do a damn good job. But until then, they're going to do the best thing they know how to do, and that's slaughter people. Speaking of slaughtering people and stupid decisions, Carrie, you kind of sort of know stuff about D&D, right?
Depends on what you're asking. I haven't touched that in holy crap, that long.
Yeah. You know what half-elves are, right, Carrie?
Yes.
Would you say that half-elves are racist?
All of them are racist.
No,
you got to be a little bit more
specific. The concept of a half-elf, is that racist?
Well, seeing as how I'm a Zentradi who thinks he's human, no. Why?
Would you believe me if I told you Wizards of the Coast is removing half-elves because apparently they're racist?
Not only would I believe you, but I saw this coming down the line about 6 months ago and thought, there's no way this is somebody's fucking with us.
Well,
and are you on track, Wizards of the Elf?
They're doing it. One of my most viewed things ever, and as quick as it was a short I made basically going, fuck you, Wizards. I got like 160 odd views in like 3 hours. Just saying that, basically. I don't even want to know why they consider it racist, because it's just not. It's more racist to say that half-elves are bad, because that's implying that the mixing of two things is bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, more to the point is, that's like saying, a half black and half white person. Well, that's racist or whatever.
I mean, from a sane person's perspective, it's not. It's more like saying a mule is bad. But from their perspective, where orcs are black people, that is a completely accurate comparison, Carrie. Because these people are stupid.
Stepping away from my trotty self, which, by the way, that is a racist word, and I just called myself trotty.
That's your word.
Love you, Susan. In real life, I am mostly white, but I'm also significantly black, significantly Jewish, and I have this tiny little bit of Korean in me, which, where the fuck did that come from? But okay. Wizards of the Coast saying that half elves is racist is actually insulting to me, and I really want to punch somebody in the face, but I mean, how? Who? What is your... What?
I have no clue. Probably they're sensitivity readers. Yeah, okay, that is a career. That is a career. Reading fictional D&D stuffs and getting pissed.
No, he's right. That's...
Oh, I'm not shocked. I am absolutely not shocked that this is a thing they're doing. With the whole we're getting rid of evil races thing, I could understand where they're coming from, because in their mindset, it's like dwarves are Finnish people, orcs are black people, elves are British people. Like they identify each of the fictional races with a real race, except for tieflings. I really want to know what they would compare those to. But this is just like, what possible reason could half-elves have for being racist? It just doesn't make any sense.
You're on crack, Wizards. All right.
Probably. That's probably what they're on. Lots of it.
I'd like them to explain to me. Am I supposed... First of all, how? And second of all, am I supposed to cut my black and Jewish and Korean out of me? Because, if I do that, I'll be one arm and about 2/3 of my torso. All right. And I might have my head, but I may or may not. I won't have my scalp.
See, I get you hate panels, and they're Voldemort. They're Voldemort. Yeah. I understand you don't like panels, and given the display Cat and I put on a few minutes ago, I understand that. But dude, you're a freaking riot. Honestly, it's a ton of fun having you on.
The panel part has nothing to do with this. All right. Wizards of the Coast, you're wrong, and the only racist here is the one you look at in the mirror when you shave or whatever.
I mean,
I have more respect for Apple than I do Wizards of the Coast right now. Ask her what I said to her in an email. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not something that's going to get repeated on stream.
Apparently, Zenny has some Blackfoot. Blackfoots are a pretty boss Native American tribe.
That's why I wear socks?
I think that's a joke.
Okay. Oh,
because Blackfoot, maybe...
Wow, Zenny, that was bad. That was really bad. You should be ashamed of yourself telling a joke that bad. Not that it's
Carrie.
It's just bad. It is.
Are you sure you're not a hypocrite?
Yes. No, let me rephrase that. Yes, I'm sure I'm a hypocrite. I am absolutely sure I'm a hypocrite. I'm also like 75% insane. So, you know, yeah. I'm just saying.
That's what you get for living in this country. Yep, Samuel. I called them based. Did I call them based? I think based.
Okay. I'm starting to like them a little bit.
Okay, to be clear, that's a bit. Slavery, cannibalism, bad. That's not okay.
Well, Zentradi are cannibals.
Are they?
Dead Zentradi, dead enemy combatants, anything that they can find.
Did you like grind them into a paste first, or did you like eat them raw?
No.
Okay, that's fine. That's just reusing resources. That's science fiction acceptable. That gets the sniff test. It's when like you like take an arm and like grill it over a fire that it becomes a problem.
No, that was just Chiron. And
Chiron's just a beta bitch who didn't get enough testosterone in the pod.
No, worse. He was that scheming, nasty little trench. Like
the cat, like that guy. Like he radiated like when he like in the sort of what I refer to as like season 1.5, where it's like they crashed on Earth, they're trying to rebuild Earth, but they haven't gotten to like proper rebuild society yet. They're living by post-apocalypse rules, and he's in kind of a sort of a relationship with the female Zentradi. It's like I was rewatching that fairly recently, older, and I'm like, yeah, she pegs him.
No. She doesn't peg him. I promise you, that's not what happens. Actually, Hajoka that he is. Yes, I just used a racist word again, and Hajoka? I'm going to get away with it because we love you. Susan doesn't know what it means. Ha. Where was I? Hajoka that he was also a competent commander, especially when he ended up in the circumstances that he did. He was really good at being a terrorist.
He was really good at being a terrorist.
You heard it here first, people. All right. Mandatory carry referred to Chiron the Hajoka Krashiva as a really competent terrorist.
That should be something like I would be surprised if some channel out there doesn't have that as merchandise. Horrible person, competent terrorist, as just like, and then like an arrow pointed at someone.
Well, okay,
Kerry
now
refuses to respond to the change in management of YouTube, I'm pretty sure.
No, it will always be we love you, Susan, because it will always really be Susan. Also because it's my slogan now, you dumb people.
Hey, don't insult Zenny. Zenny's Confederate. She'll come to your house with a horse and a sword.
What?
She's from Virginia. Some of the best cavalry in American history. She'll kill you.
She's gonna come to Casa della Carre.
Honestly, out of like all the people in the Discord, I think Zenny's the one who's threatened me the least, which is the most surprising.
Oh, that's the one you have to watch out for.
Yeah, like bleep, Susan. Yes, Burnaby. That's accurate. That is fairly accurate. Actually, conversations with Carrie on YouTube.
If Kat were here, she'd do it. I've seen her do it.
Yeah. So moving on from talking about whatever the hell we were talking about to something that will get us banned.
Uh-oh.
Dylan
Let's
Mulvaney.
do it. Oh. You know, I get that Dylan is in the middle of some very serious issues in his life. Okay. I even get that maybe he is going into transition. All right. But he's the biggest misogynist I'll ever see in my life. He treats all women like they're children.
Not just that, caricatures of children. Howdy, James. That is absolutely. Why the hell do you think I brought this fucking psychopath on?
I am not a psychopath. I am a sociopath.
Apologies.
I do have a filter. I just don't fucking use it. Believe it or not, people, I am filtering myself right now.
Probably. If we were on your channel, it'd probably be a
no. I am not fluffing Dylan. All right,
I am not fluffing Dylan.
I might give you a strap on and make you fuck him in his ass. But moving on. Where was I? Oh, I get that he's going through a stage in his life. You know what? Until you get the surgery, boy, you are still a boy.
And even then, archaeologists will examine the carcass, and it'll be masculine hips.
You know what? An archaeologist does whatever he does. I have no control over them. I'm a historian, and here's a fun fact of the universe: historians and archaeologists don't really like each other. Because archaeologists think they're better than us. Well, no.
Yeah. I'm just going to tell James, Carrie's not play acting. From some of the stuff he's told me behind the scenes, yeah, this isn't some edgy cry for help.
This is me watching this is me being on my good behavior because I'm not on my channel. I have dropped that KNF bomb like so many times that I've lost track. It's not even fun anymore.
This man has been banned from Twitter even after Elon Musk came back. Like, that's how bad of a human being, comparatively.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Although it kind of also is I kind of just don't want to go back. I'm happy being banned from Twitter. Because you know what? The fact that you're on Twitter proves that you've got some sort of issues.
Me?
Your issues have issues. You have volumes.
Burnaby has a take.
I'm a paleontologist. Where is Squatch, anyways?
He doesn't really know me, so he's not going to be on any of my streams. He was on, I think, was he on Royal? No, he wasn't on Royal Rumble. He was on Samuel's channel, I think, at some point recently, and Amira's channel. You were there for when he was on Amira's channel.
Yes, I was.
He had it coming.
Is he?
God's back.
What? Why did you boot me from here?
Because
you left.
You left.
No,
like,
you could have left me on the screen so people.
No, I couldn't have.
You left. You left the studio.
We're talking about a certain individual who's looking for attention because his Broadway career didn't go very good.
Oh, you mean really? Dylan Mold? Yeah, he's crazy.
Also, Kat, you and who was the other person?
Nick
DiPaolo. Nick DiPaolo on Steven Crowder's show agrees with you about Dylan Mulvaney's head.
That's too big.
Yeah, straight up. Like, I'm watching this, and Nick DiPaolo's like, this guy's got a pretty big head for someone. It's like all the estrogen is shrinking down his body, but his head is still a bobblehead or something like that. And I'm just like, yeah, that Kat's not going to watch this because she doesn't think this show is good, which that's a bad take. But it's
I've already told you, I don't like the humor.
It's
to me,
a joke.
Oh, okay. No, but
I get it. It's not your taste.
My loyalty hat.
News, not politics. News, not comedy. I understand that. I'm not opening up this.
No, you know what? If Steven Crowder is willing to invite me on and have an authentic Muslim experience,
oh, he won't. He won't. Like, one of the few things I disagree with him on is he doesn't hate Muslims like individually. He does not like the Muslim faith. He does not like the Islamic faith. And
I did not even know that. I will be honest. My view of him was I didn't like his comedy.
Right. Well,
I like his change my mind, but that's about it.
It comes from from most of what I'm able to find from his take. It's mostly like the opinion of it's mostly the opinion of like Muslims argue Jesus Christ was not the Son of God, and therefore it's like a direct contention of the Christian faith. He's not saying Muslims shouldn't be allowed to practice Islam. He's not saying he's not like a Nick Fuentes. It's just he doesn't agree with Islam. Oh, wait.
Yeah, but I don't agree with Christianity, but I don't dislike Christianity or Christians. On the contrary,
and
I have a lot of respect. For
Kat, you're in so much trouble.
Kat secretly hangs out with Nick confirmed. No, Nick DiPaolo. Yeah. Well, no, like I mean, Nick DiPaolo. I mean, I can see that. He gives me Jersey.
Samuel, no, you're forgetting Samuel. It's the airplanes. It's the airplanes.
Yeah. I think she's wearing a MAGA hat. Yeah, that's MAGA. Authentic. No.
It's
No,
the
Samuel. She's gonna be driving the car bomb, and then she's gonna take the wrong turn.
Oh yeah.
Because she's a woman.
No, she just isn't gonna practice landing.
she's gonna go it like 3 lanes over without turning her blinker on.
No, I'm gonna make a wrong turn with my airplane. But I will say that's a bad take though, because as I said, I have a lot of respect for Christians, especially religious Christians. I will admit right now, and I haven't said
I
anything.
agree. When I was younger, I thought it was a good take, and then I started getting a little more understanding. And he probably tones it up a little. Like I imagine if you were to meet a Muslim and like if you were to meet a Muslim or talk to a Muslim, he wouldn't be like, I hate you because your faith. It would just be like, I disagree with the tenets of your faith.
I mean, I disagree, but at the same time, I will admit, and I haven't posted anything on Twitter, but I agree and I stand behind the Christians because I will agree that there are hate crimes being committed right now against Christians.
Oh yeah, no, like the children of the book, the Jews, the Christians, the Muslims, the Mormons, the Amish, the Wahhabists. We all need to get together and do our part to fuck the LGBT community. That came out wrong. That came out very wrong.
Okay, Shadow, you go right ahead.
That came out very wrong. Do not clip that. Do not clip that.
You need to convert to Jahaqui, right? And join me in a jihad against all humanity. And then when we're done, we can sort the wheat from the chaff and rule us as emperors.
If I can
right? Shadow, you can have Europe. Kat, do you want Asia or Africa? I'll give you your pick.
Oh God, Africa.
Wait, does the former Byzantine Empire count as Europe?
But I would also like the Middle East if possible.
It's really more the Middle East. No, because the Middle East has already been promised. I'm sorry. It's
I'm Arab.
Does the entirety of Russia count as Europe?
What?
Does the entirety of Russia count as Europe?
No, technically Russia is in Asia.
Russia is actually divided.
The Siberian part.
Yeah. No,
fucking Zenny.
I'm
starting to actually think you've got a thing for Putin. That scares me.
Okay, Zenny, if you join our crusade, I will make Shadow give you the Russian men.
She gets Belarus.
That's very generous. You gave away part of your empire to one of your chief lieutenants. That's very generous.
I'll give Zenny Belarus. Like Zenny can have Belarus. I don't want Belarus. I'll even give her Finland.
What's going to happen to the United States?
Good luck. I said I take North America.
Okay, no, you can have it. I was just wondering, what are we going to do first before you take it? Are we going to purge it?
I'm assuming California gets San Andreas.
Can we drop California?
Right. Just drops a fucking nuke down the San Andreas fault line.
Stop. Slow down, both of you. I was actually going to divide it into the states, estados, and provinces. How do you say province in French?
I'm not sure.
Fine, whatever. I know what that really means, but fuck you. We're gonna go with it.
An omelet with cheese.
And appoint my chief lieutenants. Now, what they do to the commoners within their region is entirely up to them, but there's a reason I picked them.
Can we castrate?
And then what? Wait,
she was asking if we could castrate people. I would argue yes.
Anyone who harmed children, can we castrate them? Also, also the P word.
No, wood chipper is mandatory. You got to chuck them with wood chipper.
All right. Wood chipper for the maps.
Stop.
Slow castration, without any anesthesia for anyone who did it to children. You know, the whole transing kids.
No, I'm sorry. The answer is wood chipper for them all.
Okay, that's even better.
You can lower them in the wood chipper genitals first.
Well, first of all, there's that. Second of all, it has to end with the wood chipper one way or the other. It's just that's just the way it is.
But can we at least torture them before?
Carrie doesn't make the rules.
That is mandatory.
Chop off their breasts, chop off their, you know.
Yeah. No, that's you are required to use torture. All right.
Okay. I'm fully on board with you then. I'm 100%.
Carrie for president, 2024.
Yeah.
Don't laugh.
Larry is his vice president because Carrie Larry is a lot better than Carrie Infamous.
No, you want to know why I should be it? Diversity hire.
I have a family. Shut up! I've had enough to hear with Ewoks.
No, seriously. Diversity hire. I'll admit it. Would I be a good vice president? Probably not. But you know what?
You'd be better than Kamala Harris.
Wait, Samuel. Put that up.
First hair on fire. Yes, absolutely.
You know, there are fuels out there that will not actually burn your hair and scalp, but they hurt like hell.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. Out loud.
I love having Carrie on.
I'm a disturbed sociopath. What do you expect? I'm cleaning guns during a stream.
I was gonna say you were part of the Coast Guard. That's the part that's like.
No, that makes me different. That makes me very, very different.
No, but you're a more interesting sociopath. Shadow is just scary and obsessed with orcs.
No, like
hold up.
I've not been. I've not
Shadow
a serial killer or a sociopath. I've just got the crazy eyes.
Shadow, stop. You're talking to the guy who actually thinks Uruk-hai deserve rights.
Yeah, I believe they deserve rights. What do you mean?
I was talking about me.
Yeah, I believe they deserve rights as well.
And I believe they deserve.
Uruk-hai are awesome.
Quick death.
Well, I mean, you can't let them kill you, obviously, but as long as they aren't trying to kill you and they're acting something like a civilized creature, and they are capable of speaking, so don't tell me that they can't be civilized.
Yeah, that's true. All right,
in the D&D campaign I'm in as a player, I argued with the rest of my party that we should allow orcs to live in our kingdom because, yeah, they're a bunch of violent savages, but direct them at the enemy, and they could be our violent savages.
I think the main thing is to make sure that they won't betray.
There are Illyrians.
The only thing my only main concern is what I thought about before they did the whole oh my god, the fallen are oppressed. What would the Guardians have an alliance with the fallen? I'd be like, no, they would probably try to make sure they can overpower them and then agree to like having them in a limited capacity until they're sure they can trust them. So I would be leery at first, especially if I have a history of war with the Uruk-hai. But if they prove themselves capable of not coming in and randomly betraying the trust, yeah, why the hell not?
Yeah.
They're going to take our jobs. Sorry,
no, they're not.
I'm wearing a MAGA hat. All right.
They took our gerbs.
The orcs are
going to highlight that.
Oh, Zenny.
Nice.
That has got to be put on the list.
Absolutely.
Make them while they do that. Make them do OSHA certification.
Oh, you're cruel.
I had to do that in 9th grade.
Why did you have to do that in 9th grade?
Because I wanted to do an engineering course, and they made us get OSHA. So I took the OSHA certification. The next year, they changed the requirements to do certain courses, and I didn't meet them because I needed to take other. So because I was
wait. First off, pause. What is OSHA certification? Because I've had a job forever.
Workplace safety. Like if you work in a factory, for example, you need to be OSHA certified. So because I was going to be around heavy machinery in my school's engineering department, I spent like half a semester or a full semester taking OSHA, so I could use that stuff in the following semesters. Then they changed the rules about the engineering program to where I couldn't fit it into my schedule if I wanted to graduate.
Wait, so it's sort of like with me at work where I have certain I like
Samuel, that's too far.
e-learning, electronic learning courses. Like, for example, if I want to use Bing
Yeah,
Joe,
it was an electronic learning course. I think I still.
Yeah, and
if
so
it's
for
not
example,
on my wallet, it's at my parents' safe. I think I'm still OSHA certified until like 2023.
But it's sort of like, so for example, if I want to use Big Joe, which is that big pallet jack that lifts all the way up to like multiple, really high. Yeah, it's called Big Joe,
think
right?
The version I took involved that. I think it was more just like general workplace
Yeah, you
safety.
can't use Big
I
Joe
think I would need like to take it. I think I would need like a different version of the test. I get the concept you mean. I get the concept.
Yeah, let me just put it this way. You want to know how dumb they think we are? They put stickers on the floors, yellow stickers, to make sure we don't run into the stationary shelving, the massive shelves for the televisions. They put bright yellow stickers on the floor because somehow we can't see the shelving units that have been there for decades.
Pat, I'm going to raise a point, and you need to understand that I'm correct. Look at my generation.
He's right.
Right. He's right. He's right. You're right. Sorry, you're right. You're absolutely right. Oh my God.
Mining safety and health Misha. Isn't that Misha? Mishka. Isn't that Russian? Mishka.
Oh, by the way, Bernie, if they do, it's Bernie around here. Yes, if they're getting off on it, you need to raise it like 15 degrees.
Or give them a drug that targets the pain receptors and just puts them in a state of comatose pain. Actually, no. You know what I'm happy? You know what they did to Deadpool? Like they brought him down just to unconsciousness and then pulled him right out. So like he's conscious, but he can still feel the oxygen being ripped from his lungs. In Deadpool, the movie.
I haven't seen
that.
Okay.
Do that.
The first one or the second one? Because I never saw the second one.
No, it's the first one. It's like when they're torturing him to unlock his powers.
Okay, I know the scene you're talking about. I did not realize that that's what they were doing to him.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why I tend to avoid Twitter. What is that? That looks pretty cool.
That is Carrie's method.
That's
of
my
warfare.
old battle pod. That is my old battle pod, baby.
Yeah. Back when he was not my crony. Back when he was a Zentradi.
See, you missed that whole thing.
Anyway. Forklift drivers drive off docks? Oh my God.
Probably. Forklift drivers are the cat of workplace safety.
What are you talking about?
Look at your setup.
That's different than work.
Your computer setup is probably an OSHA violation.
How is it an OSHA violation?
I not an OSHA
violation. A fire hazard.
Fire violation.
If I had the picture of Samuel's, like if I had that picture of like the cords and shit, we've had folks get their arm crushed. Probably. Your fucking setup is a fire hazard, Cat. Are you playing Warframe?
No, I wish I was. I just saw one of the most creepiest videos of your buddy Dylan Mulvaney.
Was it the freaking Bud Light one?
No, now there's something with him feeding lions.
Who are you calling our buddy?
I do not associate as the same species as Dylan Mulvaney. Is it the Nike one? Another reason for me to hate Nike.
He's feeding lions.
Why is he feeding lions?
And he's got something on his face.
He's an idiot. Ask a stupid question. You're gonna
get.
He
looks like Dorothy
lions is based, Carrie.
No, but he looks like Dorothy.
He's an idiot.
It's not the forklift driver.
Wait. You want dumb? All right. You want dumb? So we have massive trucks, right? All right, and they back into the bay because they're backing into where where they go into the basically. I do not have them daisy chained together. I have them limited one to an outlet. All right, you guys are making fun of my thingy. I'm telling you, I literally have 8 plugs in an 8-switch outlet. All right, that's it.
Whatever you say, Boomer.
Anyway, as I was saying,
wow.
Wait.
Boomer. Wow, that was mean. That was mean.
So, all right, you know how stores have big trucks, right? Massive trailer trucks, right? when they bring their stock in, right? So it needs to back up into basically what's the store's like garage, right? Idiots walk behind the truck. So the guy's trying to back into the thing. He can't see you because he's trying to back in a massive truck, and people are walking behind the truck. Are you insane? Who do you think is going to survive? You or the truck?
I'll survive.
You know what, Shadow? Let's come to New Jersey. Let's try it out.
Oh wait, have you seen those videos of like the people who?
Hey, I get in trouble when I say that.
Like when they're protesting, they'll like lay down in front of a highway or something.
Oh God.
Yeah. I think that explains all the speed bumps I had on my way up to college from home. There was a lot of speed bumps off an overpass. I also had to wash red paint off my car afterwards, specifically the underneath part.
Guys. Wait, how is this guy this thin? According to Blair White, if you start taking female hormones, you actually gain weight. This guy is like skeletal. I mean, seriously,
Dylan probably overcompensated on. Like he probably knew he was going to gain weight, so he probably overcompensated.
Grifter, that's how.
I don't even think he's taking HRT. You know what? I'm going to say he doesn't look like he's taking HRT.
He doesn't look like he had facial surgery. He still looks like a freak.
Oh yeah, he does still look like a freak.
See you, Samuel. Have a good one.
Samuel, save me.
Yeah, we're probably gonna. I mean, we're approaching the 2-hour mark, so we're probably gonna want to wind down a little bit. I know Kat wants to vibe, and I know Carrie might want to take another smoke.
I want my kitty cat. Hi, Buster. Oh, by the way, I did make her chicken.
Woo, chicken. I made chili.
Chicken.
I discovered the wonderful world that is chili. I made myself 10 portions of food. How much money do you think it cost me? 10 portions. So like 5 days of food.
No clue. You're asking.
Weekly, I normally spend about $100 to get me dinner for a week. How much do you think it cost me to get a week of chili?
$150.
$30. Ooh. That is still more expensive than what my friend does because I included because I got better quality beans than my friend gets. I got better quality tomatoes than my friend gets. I got actual meat and hatch chilies. And if I was not trying to like get my body in good condition for a certain service, I could probably do it for like $10. Yeah.
Nice.
Chili is based. Yeah, Zenny gets it. Zenny understands it. Zenny is based. Zenny is another southerner. Zenny is based.
No, well, I mean, I think it was $13-14 for 5 pounds of chicken. I mean, the amount of chicken I got, I was blown away. I didn't think about it until I went to cook it, and I'm like, this is enough chicken to feed her for.
Oh, also, Kat, do you want? So, the reason I got the chili instead of just I have a bunch of ramen in my closet. Do you want to know why I can't eat that ramen anymore?
Why?
Because I have been eating good quality food for so long. I literally got sick eating ramen.
Oh, I love ramen. I love ramen.
No, I didn't go to Chili's. I made chili. Wait, what's Carrie sharing?
What's
that? What's that, Carrie? Oh, is that the that's the like the super
yes.
I'm forgetting the name.
Veritech.
Yeah, Veritech. That's the he used not Roy Folker.
Wait. Somebody's saying that the Mars mission may be all female to avoid astronauts having sex during 1.5-year journey. My only question is, are they going to be biological females? Because
it would just if it's not, there'd probably be a lot of rapes on the way back. I honestly think dudes in there would be less likely to do sex because that's gay.
Oh my god, that is so cool. That chip is cool. I want that. Please.
Yeah, it's the upgraded Veritech. I'm gonna let Carrie talk about it because it's his area of expertise.
Well, that's not my squadron. That's a Skull Squadron Veritech, and because it is a Super Veritech, that's probably Rick on the cockpit.
Rick, that's
the Veritech. It's a human-piloted version of a Transformers.
Oh god.
Yeah, the Robotech. Honestly, you could watch it for free on YouTube. It's really freaking. I'm probably gonna rewatch the series when I'm done rewatching Breaking Bad because it's legitimately good. It is like the Macross saga is amazing. The arc after it, I didn't really like. Honestly, I might rewatch it and enjoy it more as an adult. And then the third arc is just. I feel like they were trying, and Carrie might call me sacrilege, might call me a blasphemer for this, but like the third arc is just they were trying to do too much, in my opinion, and get way too metaphysical, and it just didn't do it very well.
Some of it is true, and you're not the first to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I just jammed my Keltec pretty bad.
Oh. Wow. Yeah. No, I will never forget the time that they first unveiled these things, and you had Roy. Yeah, you're right. It is Rick, not Rick. Rick. The main character of the series for the first arc, at the very least. Going to I'm gonna Google his name now. Going toe to toe with a small fleet of Zentradi with just this.
I'm sorry. Try that one more time. You broke up.
Oh my god!
It took out a whole fleet of Zentradi with just this, or rather, a full squadron with just this.
That was probably Max, to be honest with you.
It was
Max was
Sterling.
great.
Wait, was it Max Sterling?
Max Sterling was the greatest Veritech fighter pilot ever.
No, it was
and he
Rick.
married
It
the
was
greatest...
Rick. I remember it was Rick because there's like he's missing something important, or it's like Lisa is like thinking about him, and it's like you've got shots of him and then shots of like I think it's either Lisa was thinking about him and he's slaughtering them, and then it's jumping back to Lisa. Or no, it's Lisa's going to Earth and she's thinking about him, and he's holding off his Zentradi squadron trying to assassinate her as she's going to Earth.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about. That's when Papa Hayes, called Baby Girl Hayes, back to Earth. He was going to hold her for. He was going to keep her on Earth one way or another, and it didn't quite work out the way that Daddy had planned. The first thing they did was target the facility that he was hiding in, and Rick had to come down and save her ass.
Yeah, it was a big gun. Credit to Lisa, she sat there and kept doing her fucking job when everyone else had run.
Yeah,
like Lisa. Like, you want an example of a strong female character. Lisa is a badass, and I think she maybe gets like 1 or 2 combat scenes. I think.
I don't really remember any, to be honest.
I might be misremembering, or I might be thinking of like the next series, but like I'm pretty sure there's at least 1 or 2 moments of her with like a pistol or a rifle or something.
Okay, you're talking about Mars, and she did have the gun. But she didn't actually use it.
Yeah, and then she's like cleaning his house in like the next scene. Like, I might not even get through Breaking Bad before I rewatch it.
I don't even want to know.
No, sorry, Kat. I'm so sorry, Kat.
No. Do it. No. Go ahead. I'm stupidly strolling through the latest updates on Twitter, and I'm like, this is why I avoid it like the plague. I haven't been on Twitter in days. I think I posted something once, and it's like just you scroll through this.
You've been on far too recently.
Huh?
You haven't been on in days. You've been on far too recently.
Carrie's been banned since 2012.
I envy you.
Was it 2012? No, it was 2016.
Oh, I thought it was 2012. My bad.
Yeah, it was during the Trump campaign. What? I was not banned for that. I was banned because I did not want to see a certain person by the name of Manning, which I can't say his appropriate name here. Well, I can do it on my channel, but I won't do it on yours. In Congress. And you know what? I got what I wanted. That individual never ended up in Congress. It was worth it. Okay, I fixed it.
Yeah, go to Larry's, not Larry, go to Carrie's channel, and you'll probably get some more takes like that without having to censor to keep my channel alive.
No.
Perfect.
I don't know, but my cat is sitting here next to me, looking adorable and very happy.
What did you give it?
Chicken.
You gave it
Actual
chicken. Of course you did.
Gave her actual chicken instead of.
I've got a dumbass friend who gives his dog gummy worms.
Yeah, but that's a dog. As long as that won't harm the dog. I mean,
He also gives her M&Ms.
That's not good for the dog.
I know it's not. We called him out on that, and he's like, "It's just one at a time. It won't kill her."
Yeah, but it's not good for the dog.
He's younger than me. He's an absolute dumbass.
Yeah, tell him he's an absolute dumbass.
Yes, I do. Actually, I've got a funny story. If James is still in the chat, James is also in our game. He wasn't here for this, I don't think. So the player in question in-game had a girlfriend. He used a spell that I'm pretty sure Carrie will recognize called Polymorph to turn her into a hyena.
Okay.
He was dating this character, and his words before he turned her into a hyena was, "Hey, you want to do some kinky shit?"
Okay.
Okay, that's where I thought this shit was going. And
I don't even know.
Just
no. And the part that like really bothers me is afterwards, like she obviously leaves him because that's what a sane person would do. I hope. He gets pissed at me saying it was just a joke. I asked him 6 fucking times if he was sure he wanted to do this.
Wow. Just wow.
It makes me hate people. It makes me hate people younger than me, which is half my players.
And it makes me hate people younger than me.
You have plenty more reasons to do that, Kat.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, so yeah, I think we're gonna chill out, get the stream down. Some of us might be in the Discord.
I've been playing Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, some of us might be in the Discord VC. Some of us might be doing. Other
anybody
things.
excited about Tears of the Kingdom, or am I the only one who's actually excited about Tears of the Kingdom?
No,
I imagine there's people in the chat who are. Maybe Carrie's excited. Bartle,
yeah, sure. I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. I don't even know what it is, and I already hate it.
All right, let's go around the horn to quote Legion Games, starting with your boy Zentradi Carrie. Plug your shit.
Yeah. Manager Carrie. I'm a disturbed sociopath and 2A advocate, and well, nothing else that I'm willing to say on this. Not on this channel. Yeah.
Any streams, videos, projects?
That's all temporarily on a hiatus while the channel is getting reconsidered. But I'm not in trouble this time. I swear it's a choice that I made with Papa Carrie.
Yeah, gotcha.
This time.
Kat.
Good. I'm Kat the Hijabi Gamer. I have a YouTube channel. Subscribe. I will be making content. It's just Ramadan, so half the time I don't know my name. I finally ate and I had ice cream, so now I know my name. But usually I'm wandering around in a semi-conscious daze, and people talk to me and it goes, "Yes, I have a MAGA cap on. Go, yeah, go MAGA."
Yeah. She's one of those rare white supremacist Muslims.
I love the fact that if I ever support Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, people are always like, "But he supports Trump." I'm like, how do you know I don't? You're assuming something.
See, what's really funny is Arabs and Europeans actually have more of a shared ancestry because they are both descended from tribes from the Caucasus region.
Yay. Okay. Anyway,
you have a lot more in common with Russians than you do with like
you'd be surprised because I have Lithuanian. Anyway, that aside, I'm also willing to, for the right price, be your diversity hire. I'm not going to sink too low to that. If you give me enough money, just I'll be your diversity hire and just sit there and nod and wave and smile. Yeah. It is Ramadan going on. Hey, you know what? At this point, why the hell not? I'm not gonna be a whiny ass baby loser about it and be like, "Oh my god, I'm a victim." But I'm like, hey, if you're gonna give me cash to just sit in your Zoom call and be like, "Hi, diversity hire."
Like it's free money. You could be playing Warframe and just sitting in the call.
Yeah. So yeah, to hell with it. I'll be your diversity hire. So anyone needs a diversity hire, look me up. On the other hand, don't ask me to make decisions because I will make the most non-diversity hire decisions possible. Like keep Master Chief a straight white dude. Period. Anyway, that aside, like I said, it's Ramadan. I'm going to try and catch the Mario movie either Friday or Saturday. I'm gonna try and catch it. Thursday. Today's
Review?
Thursday, right?
Today's
Friday
Thursday.
is Royal Rumble with Ryan from Legion Games. It's at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. Saturday I will be live streaming. Don't know what game yet. Maybe I'll finish Evil West.
20
Maybe
bucks
I'll
on
play Breath
Warframe.
of no, Saturday I don't play Warframe. I might go
20
into
bucks on you going to Warframe.
So I probably won't be playing Warframe. I might play Breath of the Wild if I could get the Switch to work. Evil West. I haven't played Destiny 2 yet. I might have to just start the season. Which, by the way,
bought that shit. Like you might as well. You paid money for it.
Yeah. No, the bad thing is it's on sale. The Lightfall, it's on sale. That's how well they sold. I'm not kidding. It's like on I was in the Epic Game Store, right? Looking at the Epic Game Store, right? And I'm looking at
I would criticize your life decisions. I really would. I am in no position to criticize your life decisions.
No, but the insane thing is I went into the Epic Game Store and Destiny 2 Lightfall is on sale. I cannot believe that it is already on sale.
Yeah, I can.
But I mean, that tells you how bad it's selling. Anyway, let me just
Yeah, so while you're doing that, I'm the Shadow of the Hawk. I'm the host of this channel.
So wait. So the $100 version isn't on sale, but the $50 version is on sale for $33.49. Sunday I will be live streaming Warframe. Me, Muggsykins, we play Warframe. Anyone else who wants to join us, we play Warframe. We try to help people move on in the game. The game is free. Download it. We have crossplay, Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Just talk to Shadow about joining the Discord. He's my bruiser. My muscle. You want to join you want to join the Discord, you got to get through Shadow.
You realize Shadow's join your Discord, right?
Huh?
It's all Shadow. What?
I was just gonna say, yeah, you're already in the Discord.
It's all his fault. You can blame him.
Hey, no, Matt told me to invite Nomi. I put it in for Nomi, and you joined.
Well,
no,
yeah.
but Shadow is also like security, so if someone
I have had to ban more people than I've had to ban 2 people, and
but he has banned people, so I trust him.
I am effective at my job.
Yeah, so he's my muscle and my brawn. So you want to get into the Discord, you got to get past Shadow, and he's right now showing off a massive shield. So good luck getting past him because he may be annoying at times, but he's like,
I'll be your shield.
He's my shield. All right.
And I'm the Madman, Shadow of Hawk. This is my channel, obviously. And not going to be on Friday Night Royal Rumble because I'm watching John Wick 4. Might make a review. Coming up soon.
Mario?
What?
Wait.
Because my dad, brother, and I would all agreed to go to John Wick. And I honestly think the Mario movie was going to be for children. And according to the review by Shadowversity, it was for children.
Wait, on that topic. And I have 1 and 2 already.
Yeah, Parabellum was so damn good. But yeah, Monday I will be on Legion Talk for the Game of Thrones chat. We are on season 3, episode 2, which I believe is the one that introduces Olenna Tyrell, one of the best written characters in that show. Sometime soon, when I get the chance to record the audio and edit it together, I will be making a video discussing the Unsullied from Game of Thrones. How effective I saw them. I'm finishing my shilling.
Okay.
How effective they are as a military force. What I personally would do to make them better. And then after that, either a review of John Wick 4, or I will be discussing the morality from the 2014 film Noah and why both selflessness and selfishness are toxic ideologies. Because I'm trying to be a big boy and get into some complex topics. So anyway, boys, girls, eldritch space monsters, sociopaths, Zentradi, and everyone else who tuned in for the stream, thank you so much for doing so. It'll be great to see you all here again next week, same time. Similar faces. If Carrie wants to come back, if other people want to hop on, that'd be boss.
See you, Bernie.
See you, boys, girls.